That's Lakers head coach JJ Redick completely losing it after their embarrassing 4-1 first-round playoff exit. And just minutes later, the tension exploded into a heated exchange with LeBron himself. The heated footage is now going viral, and fans are saying Redick might be the next coach LeBron sends packing. What really led to the blow-up between LeBron and Redick? And is this the beginning of the end for the Lakers? Let's break it down. The playoff elimination. The Los Angeles Lakers just caught another first-round exit, and the aftermath between King James and rookie head coach JJ Redick is straight up wild. The 2024 to 2025 NBA season just ended in an absolute nightmare for Laker Nation, with their playoff run getting cooked 4, won by the Minnesota Timberwolves, wrapping on April 30th, 2025. The vibes are absolutely demolished right now, especially after that mid-season trade for Luka Doncic that was supposed to turn the Lakers into instant title favorites. No cap, this is not what the Lakers front office envisioned when they made that blockbuster move. Let's get everyone up to speed real quick. The Lakers, with first-year coach JJ Redick running the show, actually had a pretty solid regular season. They went 50-32 and locked up that third seed in the stacked Western Conference. Redick was even getting serious Coach of the Year buzz at one point, which is low-key insane for a complete rookie with zero coaching experience before this season. The Lakers looked like they were finally figuring things out after years of mid-season implosions, but we all know regular season success doesn't mean anything in this league. Playoff basketball is a completely different beast. The Minnesota Timberwolves, rolling in as the 6th seed, basically exposed the Lakers from Game 1. This series was the definition of finding out after all that finding out the Lakers did in the regular season. Game 5 was the ultimate L, no debate. The Lakers got bodied 103-96, with Rudy Gobert putting up a monster performance of 27 points and 24 rebounds. Gobert went absolutely nuclear, joining the GOAT conversation with Jokic, Giannis, Dirk, and Shaq as the only players in the last 20 years to drop a 25-20 stat line in a series clincher. Minnesota straight up bullied the Lakers in the paint, outscoring them 56-40 in Game 5 alone. That's just embarrassing for a team with championship aspirations.
Coach, how do you assess the impact the Timberwolves second unit has had on this series?
How do I assess it? Well, I think their top 8 is as good as any top 8 in the league. They have starting caliber players coming off their bench, guys who have obviously started in their careers. Hasn't necessarily been every game, but they've consistently had an impact, at least one of them, if not 2 or 3 of them in every game. And we knew that coming into the series.
The fourth quarter stats are actually criminal. Lakers got destroyed 105-69 in fourth quarters across the series, including getting outscored 32-19 in Game 4. In clutch time, they got smoked 25-11. That's just not championship DNA, and it tells you everything about why they're going fishing while Minnesota's moving on. The biggest gaming moment of this entire series has to be Coach Redick's unhinged decision in Game 4. Down 2-1 and desperately needing a win, Redick decided not to make a single substitution in the entire second half, riding LeBron, Luka, Reeves, Finney-Smith, and Hachimura the whole way, like not even one sub. This isn't 2K where you can just turn off fatigue. These are real humans. The Lakers were cooked by the fourth quarter, blew their lead, and took the L 116-113 to go down 3-1, and that's when the tea really started spilling. Before Game 5, Redick got absolutely triggered in a press conference when a reporter asked about his substitution patterns. A reporter dared to ask if he'd lean on assistant coaches for substitution decisions, and Redick went full Karen mode, saying,
"Are you saying that because I'm inexperienced and that was an inexperienced decision that I made? You think I don't talk to my assistants about substitutions every single time out?"
No, I just think there's a lot of coaches lean on their assistants in those situations.
As do I, every single time. That's a weird assumption.
Thank you, Coach.
The reporter tried to clarify, but Redick wasn't having it. He just said, "As do I, every single time." That's a weird assumption. Dropped the mic and rage quit the press conference. This clip went absolutely viral, with Charles Barkley flaming Redick's thin skin on Inside the NBA. Chuck just kept it a buck, saying all he had to do was say, "Hey, you know what? I shouldn't have played those guys the whole second half." That's it, and then it would have been over. No lies detected there. After the Lakers got sent packing in Game 5, the post-game pressers gave us all the drama we needed. Redick finally seemed to accept reality, acknowledging the L and giving props to Minnesota.
What was your message to the team after the game tonight?
I think there's always a mix of disappointment and gratitude, but certainly disappointed and not something that I ever envisioned with this team. Having to go in and talk to them, after losing the first round, but give Minnesota a lot of credit. They're a really good basketball team. And I think our guys played hard enough and did all the right things.
He then dropped some actually insane stats about their playoff shooting. Shot 12 for 52 for the series in the fourth quarter from 3. On top of that, you lose 2 games in Minnesota, -12 in scoring opportunities, -13, and then you lose by 20 tonight. Shooting 23% from 3 in fourth quarters, that's not just bad, that's straight up tragic. In a rare vulnerable moment for a coach, Redick admitted he needs to level up his coaching skills, saying,
I know I can be better, and I know I will get better. I don't necessarily take any satisfaction from how the year went. That's not to say I'm not proud of what the group was able to do and how we were able to figure things out on the fly and put ourselves in a position to have home court in the first round. But there's always ways to get better, and I can get a lot better.
That's probably the only W Redick took in the entire series. At least he's self-aware. The Lakers have major work to do this offseason. No cap. They desperately need a legit center after trading away Anthony Davis, which left them completely exposed against Gobert and the Wolves' size. Their bench is also down catastrophically bad, getting outscored 22-4 by Minnesota's reserves in Game 5. 4 bench points in an elimination game is just unserious basketball. The big question now, is this the beginning of the end for LeBron's Lakers era? Is JJ Redick going to get a second chance to fix his rookie coaching mistakes? And can Luka and LeBron actually figure out how to win together? Or was this trade a massive L for the Lakers? JJ Redick's coaching journey. When the Lakers announced they were hiring JJ Redick back in June 2024, the NBA community went absolutely ballistic. Media heads like Bill Plaschke from the Los Angeles Times were cooking Redick, suggesting he only got the job because he was LeBron's podcast buddy. The Lakers had been thirsting after UConn coach Dan Hurley, offering him a bag worth $70 million, but when he curved them, they pivoted to Redick. Redick had 0 coaching experience outside his son's youth basketball team. He was literally just a retired player turned ESPN analyst and LeBron's co-host on the Mind the Game podcast. The Lakers still gave him a 4-year contract worth about $8 million per season, which had plenty of people questioning Rob Pelinka's decision-making once again. To help Redick not completely flop, they stacked his coaching staff with veterans like Nate McMillan, Scott Brooks, and Lindsey Harding, the franchise's first female coach. Despite all the skepticism, Redick actually kinda ate during the regular season. The Lakers finished 50-32, locked up the 3 seed in the Wild Western Conference, and looked like legitimate contenders. This was only the second time in 14 years the Lakers hit the 50-win mark, which is low-key impressive. Redick's coaching philosophy was centered on feeding Anthony Davis more, which Lakers Twitter had been begging for, and he helped Austin Reeves level up as a third scoring option alongside LeBron and Luka once the Slovenian Wonder Boy arrived. The offense was clicking at 12th in the league, while the defense sat at 15th. Not elite by any means, but solid, enough to make some noise in the playoffs, or so everyone thought. The most viral moment of Redick's coaching career came during Game 2 against the Wolves. With the Lakers' lead shrinking, Redick called a timeout and absolutely went off on his players. The hot mics caught him dropping multiple F-bombs, and the internet ate it up.
Hurry up. Take a timeout to give me more time to figure it out.
LeBron actually defended Redick's coaching style after this moment, saying, "We know JJ is going to flip out from time to time. That's JJ. At this point for us, we obviously need to listen to the message and not the way he's delivering it. You have to be able to understand about it's not how he's saying it, it's about what he's saying." LeBron compared Redick to his high school coach, basically saying the team was cool with the tough love approach.
So what led to that frustration, and what do you think of the response from the team to, I think, increase the lead back up to 20 in the aftermath of that?
Not frustration, just coaching. I think when we were organized in the right spots, we ran some good stuff, and frankly, I thought we missed some open threes.
Redick tried to downplay how heated he got, claiming it was not frustration, just coaching. I think when we were organized in the right spots, we ran some good stuff. Frankly, I thought we missed some open threes. The strategy worked though. The Lakers went on a 9-0 run afterward and took Game 2 to tie the series 1-1. But then came the Game 4 disaster that exposed Redick as an absolute rookie. In a move that had NBA Twitter calling for his coaching license, Redick played the same 5 guys: LeBron, Luka, Reeves, Finney Smith, and Hachimura for the entire second half. It was such a bizarre decision that stat nerds confirmed it was unprecedented in modern playoff history. The players were gassed, Anthony Edwards cooked them for 43 points, and the Lakers blew a winnable game to go down 3-1. Redick caught heat for another questionable move after the Lakers game, one blowout loss. He blamed organizational issues and mental errors, pointing to players being bunched up at half court with time left on the shot clock. NBA Twitter took this as Redick throwing his players under the bus, completely contradicting his earlier comments about the team's communication and readiness. Despite all the playoff drama, Redick and LeBron actually seemed to vibe pretty well throughout the season. During a game against the Grizzlies in March, LeBron stepped up as a vocal leader in a timeout, which Redick praised heavily afterward. Redick said, "LeBron was an incredible leader tonight. It was early. It was throughout the game. When we got down, I challenged the group in the timeout, and he was as vocal as he's been since he got back from injury, and that galvanized the group." Redick and LeBron also had a significant heart-to-heart in Miami back in December, which seemed to level up LeBron's game. After this conversation, LeBron went on a tear, averaging 25.6 points, 7.2 rebounds, and 8.4 assists per game. Redick revealed, "The rest was part of it. We had a long conversation in Miami. I think since that morning, just the way he's played energy-wise, leadership-wise, I mean, he was great tonight in the huddles. It's been awesome. It's been different." One of Redick's biggest challenges was getting LeBron and Luka to click. He called their chemistry solid, but straight up admitted they needed to execute better in fourth quarters. The Luka trade was another major test for Redick's coaching abilities. Luka Doncic joined the Lakers in February 2025 in that blockbuster trade and immediately put up numbers 21.0 points, 8.6 rebounds, and 6.4 assists per game in his first few appearances. But Luka himself admitted the team chemistry was a work in progress. With the mid-season trade, they barely had any practice time to figure out how to play together. Despite the adjustment period, the Lakers still went 14-11 with Luka, climbing from 5th to 3rd in the Western Conference. They even secured their first Pacific Division title since 2020 and clinched a playoff spot, which are legitimate W's for Redick's coaching resume. After the playoff elimination, Redick kept it real about the series and his rookie coaching season. He acknowledged that going small was a calculated risk, saying, "You can say, oh well, play a center. We couldn't score, so there's a trade-off to everything with this." The Lakers' terrible fourth quarter shooting, 12 for 52 from 3 in the series, was another major factor in their collapse.
I thought JJ and his coaching staff were great throughout the whole season. That was pretty cool. So that's one thing for sure that you guys know for sure that would be.
Interestingly, LeBron actually gave Redick his flowers in the post-elimination press conference, saying, "I thought he had a hell of a rookie campaign for a rookie coach, you know? And it's a lot different being a rookie coach. It's already hard being a rookie coach in the NBA, and it's a hell of a lot harder being a rookie head coach coaching the Lakers. It's a whole another ball game, and I thought he handled it extremely well." Bron also praised Redick for learning every day, holding players accountable and pushing them throughout the season. Looking ahead, Redick now has to take these playoff L's and turn them into learning experiences, his substitution patterns, late game strategies, and ability to make adjustments on the fly all need serious improvement if he's going to take the Lakers deeper next year, assuming he even gets another chance. The Los Angeles Times actually wrote a piece arguing that Redick was a better choice than Dan Hurley would have been, suggesting Hurley's intense college coaching style would have clashed with NBA superstars. They praised Redick's NBA background and communication skills instead, hinting that the front office might still believe in him despite the playoff disappointment. When you zoom out and look at the entire picture, Redick's first season had plenty of positives. He inherited a team with championship or bust expectations, had to integrate a mid-season superstar trade, and still managed to win 50 games and secure the 3rd seed in the loaded Western Conference. The playoff failure was inexcusable, but it doesn't completely erase what he accomplished. For a guy who went straight from ESPN and podcasting to coaching LeBron James and the Lakers, Redick didn't completely flop. But in Lakerland, it's championship or failure, and the first-round exit definitely lands in the L column. Whether Redick gets another shot likely depends on what happens with LeBron, Luka, and the rest of the roster this offseason. The future of LeBron and the Lakers. The number one question on every NBA fan's mind right now is simple. What is LeBron James going to do? At 40 years old, turning 41 in December, in year 23 in the league, and staring down a massive $52.6 million player option, Bron has the entire basketball world on pins and needles. His vague comments after Game 5 only added fuel to the fire. When asked point blank about his future, Bron hit us with the classic,
I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. Something I sit down with my family, my wife, and my support group and kind of just talk through it and see what happens, and then just have a conversation with myself on how long I want to continue to play. I don't know the answer to that right now, to be honest.
This is vintage LeBron cryptic behavior. Back in 2023, he pulled the same move after getting bounced from the playoffs, saying, "I got a lot to think about, to be honest." And just for me personally, going forward the game of basketball, I got a lot to think about. And after the 2024 playoff exit to the Nuggets, when reporters asked if it might be his last game as a Laker, he straight up said, "I'm not going to answer that," before dodging the question completely. The King has several factors to consider before making his next chess move. The physical toll of 22 NBA seasons is insane, but LeBron's body is literally built different. This man spends millions annually on his body and still performs at an all-NBA level in his 40s. That's just alien behavior. A major W factor for LeBron has been playing alongside his son, Bronny James, who joined the Lakers as a rookie this season. Bron literally called this the greatest accomplishment of his basketball career to date, which is wild considering he's got 4 championships, 4 MVPs, and is the all-time scoring leader.
Hey, Bron. With everything that you've accomplished, where does playing alongside your son rank, especially considering everything that he's overcome?
Number one, for sure. That's easy. It's not even close. I mean, to be able to play the game that I love and to be able to be along my son this whole year has been one of the most gratifying, satisfying journeys I've ever been on, just to see his growth from the moment he was drafted when we were all in New York at the draft party.
But the biggest question is whether the Lakers, as currently constructed, can actually contend for a chip. LeBron has always prioritized ring chasing, and this roster just got exposed badly in the first round. If he doesn't see a path to title contention, he might bounce or finally call it a career. Speaking of the roster, the Lakers have more holes than a TikTok conspiracy theory. Their most glaring weakness is the lack of a legit big man. Trading away Anthony Davis for Luka left them with literally no interior presence, and Rudy Gobert absolutely feasted on this weakness. Finding a starting caliber center who can battle in the playoffs has to be priority number 1 this offseason. The Lakers bench was also straight up poverty. Getting outscored 22-4 by Minnesota's reserves in Game 5 is inexcusable for a supposed contender. They need actual rotation players who can provide real minutes and not just be cardboard cutouts on the bench. And let's talk about the Luka-LeBron partnership, which definitely hasn't reached its final form yet. LeBron seemed hyped about their potential together, telling ESPN, "We can be whatever we want it to be," and describing their on-court connection as very seamless. But behind the scenes, Luka was keeping it real about their struggles, saying after a Pacers game, "It's still a lot of work to do, just trying to understand what those two guys want. They've played together for years, so they know each other more. I've got to watch film and adapt to that." The midseason trade timing was a major L, giving them basically no practice time to build chemistry. The numbers don't lie either. The Lakers' big three of Luka, LeBron, and Reeves were getting cooked during the regular season, getting outscored by 24 points in 320 minutes together. Their defense was particularly sus, posting a 121.6 rating when they shared the floor. But they did show some improvement down the stretch, outscoring opponents by 17 points in their final 3 games before the playoffs. So there's at least a glimmer of hope if they run it back. Luka is already thinking ahead to next season, saying, "I'm really excited to have the preseason with those two so we can learn about each other on court a lot." This man is clearly tired of the vibes check failing and wants actual practice time to figure things out. A full training camp could be the difference between another first-round exit and a legitimate title run. Coach Redick is another wild card in the Lakers' future. Despite the playoff flop, his rookie season had some legitimate highlights, including that 50-win record and the 3rd seed. His ability to integrate Luka mid-season without the whole thing imploding is at least somewhat impressive. Zooming out, the Western Conference is absolutely stacked, and the Lakers need to make major moves to stay relevant. The Timberwolves just exposed them, and teams like the Nuggets, Thunder, and Suns aren't going anywhere. The days of cakewalking to the finals are dead and buried. The West is a bloodbath every single round. The Luka Doncic trade fundamentally changed the trajectory of the Lakers franchise. At just 25 years old, Luka is the future of the team, the guy who will, hopefully, lead them through the post-LeBron era whenever King James decides to hang it up. But the supporting cast they've built around him is mid at best. The irony is while trading Anthony Davis for Luka left them without an interior presence, which got exploited mercilessly in the playoffs. The mid-season timing meant they never had time to properly build chemistry. These factors make the 2024-25 season feel like a transition year, laying the foundation for something potentially better, but definitely not the finished product. For Lakers Nation, this is a total mixed bag. The playoff exit was an absolute L, but having Luka Doncic is a massive W for the future. If LeBron decides to run it back, they could have the most talented duo in the league for a season or two before the torch is fully passed. But if LeBron leaves or retires, the rebuild around Luka begins in earnest. The next few months are going to be absolutely absolutely fire for Lakers content. Will LeBron opt in for that $52.6 million? Will Redick get another season to prove himself? Can they find a center and bench pieces that don't completely sell in the playoffs? And what about the Luka-LeBron chemistry? Is it fixable or fundamentally flawed? History tells us the Lakers rarely stay down for long. This franchise has gone through countless transitions, from Magic to Kobe to LeBron, and always found a way back to relevance. Whether the Luka era brings championships or disappointment remains to be seen. But one thing's for sure, the Lakers' drama is nowhere near over. Let's not forget the LeBron-Bronny dynamic either. The opportunity for father and son to share an NBA court has been a bucket list item for LeBron. And now that he's accomplished it, does he still have the same drive? Or is playing with his son for one more season enough motivation to delay retirement for another year? For LeBron, this decision combines personal, professional, and family considerations. His legacy is already secure. He's the all-time scoring leader, a four-time champion, and widely considered in the GOAT conversation with Michael Jordan. Whether he plays another season or walks away, his place in basketball history is cemented. As we wait for these moves to unfold, one thing remains crystal clear. The Los Angeles Lakers continue to be the most fascinating soap opera in sports. Even when they're taking L's in the first round, they still dominate the NBA conversation. Their elimination by the Timberwolves closes one chapter, but another is already being written, with new characters, new drama, and maybe, just maybe, a comeback story for the ages. That's a wrap on our Lakers breakdown. If you enjoyed this video, click on one of the cards on your screen to see more videos like this.